Disney, best known for their cartoons, their parks, their channels, and of course, their home media. But today, we're not going to do any of those three because today we're going to talk about something from Disney DVD that lots of people love to see in their main menu, specifically in the sneak peeks option called the sneak peeks menu. So today I will be exploring the sneak peeks menu from Disney and Buena Vista, from its backstory, from its bumpers, to its official first DVD from 2004 to its last DVD in 2010. Grab your remote and press the sneak peeks option as we explore the history of the sneak peeks menu. I'm the Super Warrior fan number 1, and this is the history of the sneak peeks menu. Enjoy. Now, before I talk about the sneak peeks menu, you need to talk about the backstory of the Disney DVDs first. As the Disney DVDs first started in 1997. They are still going today, and so far they're still going strong, even with streaming going as a whole. But when did the bumpers start? Well, this was before Disney DVDs came out, as the bumpers officially came out in 1999. The bumpers would typically show off previews that were already in theaters, or on DVD or VHS, or ones that are coming soon into theaters or onto DVD. And then there's also the other one that's also the feature presentation, typically appearing at the end of the trailers to get ready for the movie to begin. In the bumper, you can see that we're in a blue background with 2 film rails in the back, alongside 4 yellow lines, 2 yellow box shades, whatever you want to call them, and then the text that would be later be used as the same text for sneak peeks. Additionally, the music was composed by an Australian musician called Walter Rosala, which is best known for doing the audio of both of the regular bumpers and the feature presentation bumper. Also, in terms of announcers, we would have 2 of them to provide their voices in these Disney film reel bumpers. That being Brian Cumming and Bo Weaver. Now, in terms of when these bumpers lasted, these bumpers started from 1999 all the way until 2006, going from the Pinocchio 60th Anniversary Edition VHS to the Disney DVD Game World DVDs featuring both the Disney dogs and the Disney princesses. Thankfully, the blue film reel background wasn't a waste, because in 2004, something big was going to happen in 2004. On January 6, 2004, the first ever sneak peeks menu with the film reel background officially made its debut in a 2004 DVD called Where's Spot? Spot Goes to the Farm 2004 DVD. The music was once again composed by Walter Rosala, best known for doing the Disney bumpers that we just talked about earlier, on now what he did with the sneak peeks menu music appearing from every DVD from 2004 to 2009. Now, whenever you press the sneak peeks option, it would be in a blue film reel background with sneak peeks driving the screen. The logos appear first, and then the player and the menu options then appear on the screen. Also, the film highlighter would officially make its debut in this DVD as well, serving as your highlighter. However, there would be a problem to this DVD, as the music would go in a loop. This was fixed in the 2004 DVD of The Lion King 1.5. However, the music was extended for some reason, but there's now a more option to view more previews that didn't actually have an animation section. But thankfully, the music was reverted back to its normal self in the 2004 DVD to Brother Bear. Eventually, Open Range, which is a Touchstone film, became the first ever sneak peeks menu to be in 16:3, and the first sneak peeks menu to be a still frame sneak peeks menus. Yeah, these still frame sneak peeks menus don't have animation nor music, and this would also be the first sneak peeks menu by Disney's parent companies. Eventually, Haunted Mansion would be the first sneak peeks menu to update the film reel highlighter from a blue design to a dark blue design with yellow dots. The blue film reel highlighted with yellow dots would last until 2006, when the yellow film reel highlighted with blue dots took its spot going forwards in 2006. Finally, from the 2004 DVD to Miracle, the animations of all the previews, trailers from TV shows and movies would be upgraded after having, animations go from fade in to now having its own animation for all the previews that show up in the first page of every sneak peeks menu. The first variant of the sneak peeks menu lasted from January of 2004, and then it eventually ended in September of 2004 in a 2004 DVD called Home of the Range. Although strangely, it would come back in 2005 3 more times, but its final official DVD being After Image, which is a Dimension film. However, Disney decided to change their sneak peeks menu in August of 2004 with a big change. In August of 2004, Disney Home Entertainment, alongside with Miramax Home Entertainment, released Ella Enchanted onto DVD in August of 2004. When you enter the sneak peeks option, it seems like the sneak peeks menu got a bit of a new upgrade. We call this the Variant 2 sneak peeks menu, but there's one difference about the sneak peeks menu. If you notice, the yellow shaded boxes are nowhere to be seen, meaning that Ella Enchanted would be the first DVD to not use the yellow boxes at all. Thankfully, the blue background, the text for sneak peeks play on main menu, the yellow lines, and the film highlighter would still be intact, thankfully. In terms of how long Variant 2 went, Variant 2 started in August of 2004 and officially ended in November of 2004 in the 2004 DVD to Hours in Christmas Time. However, just like Variant 1, it also made a comeback in 2005 with 3 DVDs, and it would make its final official appearance in a 2005 DVD that was a Variant 2 sneak peeks menu that both the DVDs shared the exact same sneak peeks menu. Disney Learning Adventure, Mickey's Reading and Math Fun, and Mickey's Seeing the World. Both of them were released in March of 2005, by the way. Disney would eventually have another major update in October of 2004, and this has to do with both the text and the background of the sneak peeks menu. Walt Disney Home Entertainment would once again introduce another new variant called Variant 3 that was introduced in October of 2004 in a Miramax DVD called Valentine. Sadly, there's barely any videos to the sneak peeks menu to Valentine, although there is a screenshot to the sneak peeks menu. And yes, I can 100% confirm this sneak peeks menu does have animation and music. Anyways, in terms of Variant 3, Variant 3 has two big changes to this sneak peeks menu. First, you notice that the text has officially been changed. Sneak peeks, play all, and main menu all got new fonts, and the sneak peeks menu is now darkened from a light blue color to a dark blue color. So these fonts lasted from October of 2004 and ended in July of 2008. I do want to give an honorable mention to Around the World in 80 Days and the Costco release to America's Heart and Soul, as everyone thought this was originally the first Variant 3 sneak peeks menu, but it's actually the very first ever Disney DVD to get the Variant 3 sneak peeks menu. Although sometimes, depending on your DVD, the original fonts appear on the DVD, but the animation and the dark background would appear in the sneak peeks menu despite the fonts not being changed. It's still considered Variant 3, but I like to call it Variant 2.5. Eventually, in November of 2004, the complete first season to the Golden Girls would have the more and back options get updated as well to the new fonts. Overall, Variant 3 would last from October of 2004 and would end in March of 2005, with his last DVD appearing in a Miramax DVD called Finding Neverland. Surprisingly, the sneak peeks menu would get a major upgrade in March of 2005. Buena Vista Home Entertainment would release another DVD that would feature a brand new variant, that being the Variant 4 sneak peeks menu, debuting in the 2005 DVD from March of 2005, Popular, the complete second season, an ABC show. Now, if you notice, the sneak peeks menu for the Variant 4 sneak peeks menu has officially gotten a new overhaul, that being the background. The background has officially been changed from its old look, going from 2004 to 2005, to now having a brand new look, with the 2D animated blue film row backgrounds changing to a 3D CGI appearance. Now, since Pablo, the complete second season, became the very first Variant 4 sneak peeks menu, it did have a little bit of issues. First, when you entered the sneak peeks menu was not in its proper aspect ratio. It was in 4:3 while loaded. As soon as it goes through the animation and music, it goes to 16:3. However, the film highlight was not properly placed. That's not all. When you hit the More option, the sneak peeks menu goes from Variant 4 to Variant 3 for some reason. Thankfully, the Variant 4 sneak peeks menu was fixed in the 2005 Miramax DVD to Beyblade Fierce Battle, a movie produced by Beyblade, being first released in March of 2005. This is also to be considered the true proper first sneak peeks menu to have the Variant 4 sneak peeks menu, which was a huge milestone at the time. Then, in June of 2005, Buena Vista would once again release another DVD with another big feature to the Variant 4 sneak peeks menu, and this has got to do with the sound effects to the previews. In the 2005 DVD to Spider-Man The Venom Saga, first releasing in June of 2005, you can hear a sound effect to a preview that appears on the screen, that being Power Rangers SPD. Although the rest of the previews didn't get sound effects, this was officially changed in June of 2005 in a 2005 DVD called The Pacifier, where now all of the previews had sound effects. Note to self, any of the sneak peeks menus that appear in the More option will not get their sound effects because they weren't animated. We then reached to 2006, and we would have two major changes in 2006. The first being the change of the film highlighter, going from a bluish color to now a yellow color. This yellow film reel highlight would first appear in a 2006 DVD from February of 2006 from the hit Saturday morning shows from the 1990s, Quack Pack and Goof Troop. And second and lastly, in June of 2006, Lady and the Tramp 2 Scam's Adventure, the special edition, was released onto Disney DVD in June of 2006, and alongside it, the previews from the animation section and the previews and the more option have now been swapped, so now the previews that you see in the opening now are now in the more option, while the previews that you have not seen or in the closing are now getting the animation treatment. Now, why is this? More of the spotlight, and to give more popularity to check the sneak peeks menu out. So that way it's a surprise to get excited for future releases of more previews that you have not seen, and to give, the sneak peeks menu more of the spotlight. Other than that, the Variant 4 sneak peeks menu lasted from March of 2005 and would end in July of 2008. Meaning that this is the longest Variant sneak peeks menu to ever exist, with the last two to get the Variant 4 sneak peeks menu ended up being these two Disney Channel shows, the Waverly of Wiley Place DVD and the Phineas and Ferb The Fast the Phineas DVD. Ultimately, the sneak peeks menu would have another major overhaul coming up in July of 2008, and this has to do with the text, the background, the music, and the layout. Walt Disney Home Entertainment, now known as Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment at the time, and Buena Vista Home Entertainment would release another new variant from the sneak peeks menu, and this time, this would be the Variant 5 sneak peeks menu, first appearing in a 2008 DVD called College Road Trip, releasing onto Disney DVD in July of 2008. Now, when you enter the sneak peeks menu, you notice that sneak peeks doesn't drop down the screen. Instead, the previews go first. Once all or most of the previews are shown, sneak peeks then eventually drops down, play all, main menu, and more then appear, and the film highlighted would then appear on the screen. Though usually the sneak peeks menu would eventually end once the music is done, but it takes a couple of seconds until it's completely done. However, it's not done until the music is fully completed. Now, in terms of changes, the text for sneak peeks, play all, main menu, more, and back have all been changed, meaning that the original 2004 to 2008 fonts from the Variant 3 to the Variant 4 sneak peeks menu have been officially retired. Additionally, the yellow lines also got a major overhaul. Now, originally from Variant 1 to Variant 4, they continued until they stopped at a particular spot, but now the yellow lines are animated differently to now in the sense where they're not in the proper places now, but they continued until they weren't on screen. Basically, to sum it up, both the text and the yellow lines have now gotten a new 3D appearance now, with sneak peeks getting a new animated 3D appearance, alongside with the yellow lines also having a bit of a 3D appearance. Then you got the background, which, in terms of the background goes, the background is now more zoomed in, and you can also notice the sparkly white areas where it sparkles around the sneak peeks menu to give that, Disney magic, since Disney loves their magic. And lastly, the sneak peeks menu has officially been extended alongside with the music, meaning that the music is now extended for a couple additional seconds to give, the previews, the text, the outlines, and all that some additional time. Variant 5 would also be the final sneak peeks menu to have the original sneak peeks menu music, as the next variant after that would officially retire Walter Rosar's original sneak peeks menu music. The Variant 5 sneak peeks menu would last from July of 2008 and would eventually end in January of 2009 in a Disney DVD called The Secret of the Magic God. This would be the last Sneak Peeks menu to have the original Sneak Peeks menu music from any Sneak Peeks menu from Variant 1 to Variant 5. Eventually, Buena Vista and ABC Studios would introduce another new variant in December of 2008. In December of 2008, Buena Vista and ABC Studios would introduce another new variant to the Sneak Peeks menu, that being the Variant 6 Sneak Peeks menu, first appearing in an ABC Family show now known as Freeform, called Kyle XY, the complete second season. Now, when you entered the Sneak Peeks menu, there were actually a bunch of changes to the Sneak Peeks menu. One would have to be the background, as the background is actually based around the show itself. And secondly, there's now custom music that are non-copyrighted from the public domain. So that means that going forwards from December of 2008 to June of 2010, from any show or movie from Disney, Miramax, Touchstone, or the ABC shows, they would all have custom backgrounds and custom musics to go based around the show or the movie to make common sense with the DVD. Additionally, the highlighter would change as well, but it would only be based around the show or the movie that would make common sense to the DVD. Other times, they would just be using the normal yellow and blue film highlighter that was first used from 2006 and onwards. Unfortunately, Buena Vista Home Entertainment would officially remove the lines from their DVDs, first appearing in a 2009 Buena Vista DVD called The X-Men, the animated series, Volume 1 and 2. Although, thankfully, the animation for both the previews and the text would remain the same. Sadly, the Sneak Peeks menu would not last that long in 2010, as 2010 would be the final year for the Sneak Peeks menu to last. In April of 2010, The Great Mouse Detective would be released on DVD, and this would be the final Sneak Peeks menu to have the original layout. Then, we would have a final animated Sneak Peeks menu with the animation and the sound effects appear in a 2010 Buena Vista DVD that was released in May of 2010, X-Men, the Animated Series, Volume 5, which would be served as the final Sneak Peeks menu to be animated and to have sound effects. Lastly, in June of 2010, Buena Vista and Disney would have the final Variant 6 and the final major Sneak Peeks menu to be released onto Disney DVD, which would have a final Sneak Peeks menu appearing in a 2010 Disney Channel original movie DVD called Starstruck. All it featured was just the music. That's it. There was no sound effects by the animation, and there was no animation at all by the previews. It was just the music. I'm sorry that I got you guys upset during this section of my Sneak Peeks menu history video, but I had to mention it no matter what during this video. With the Sneak Peeks menu officially being discontinued going forwards in June of 2006, what happens when you press the Sneak Peeks option? Now, before I start, what was the first Sneak Peeks menu to not have the Sneak Peeks menu? That would be the Alice in Wonderland 2010 DVD. But whenever you press the Sneak Peeks option, all it does is it basically takes you to all the previews. We basically lost all the magic. The magic was even been taken out when we got into the 2020s, as the Sneak Peeks option would be taken out at that rate. And unfortunately, the Walt Disney Home Entertainment team would officially be defunct in 2026 because of streaming. I forgot I mentioned that in my introduction section. My bad. Overall, the Sneak Peeks menu was a thing that we all loved in the 2000s as kids that unfortunately had its unfortunate fate in 2010, but we still admire the Sneak Peeks menus to this day. And even if Buena Vista isn't making any more Sneak Peeks menus anymore, and you know what, as a community, we're still making fan-made sneak peeks menus no matter what. No matter if it's what-if videos or titles that were not from Disney or whatnot, the sneak peeks menu will still hold up for nostalgia to us to this very big day. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching this history video. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon for more notifications. I'm very sorry that this video took a long time to happen, but alas, I'm the Super Water Fan #1, and this is the conclusion to the Sneak Peeks Menu History video. Thanks you for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye!